Hello everyone, I am the HalfWit Brit and this is Manor Lords, and we are in the middle of December. Winter is in full swing, so we are currently in the Iron Vale. Not much to do here today, just a little bit more I think around just keeping an eye on the iron. We're probably not going to produce enough iron to do everything I want to do, which is why in the last episode I said we're going to take a look at taking some of the Baron's land. One thing we do need to take a look at is the retinue for this area. The manor is only just been put in place, which also means taxes. So there's a positive depending on how you look at that. But yes, we have that, and yeah, retinue. We need to get them up and running because I can't remember the last time we had a raid. So I'm sort of worried about that, let alone the Baron trying his luck. But that was only technically a few episodes ago, so whether that will happen or not, I'm not sure. Over in Ye Old Jam Jar, there's not that much over here that I'm sort of thinking to do. The land is very poor, so we can't really do much in a way of farming. So we have a couple of options when it comes to development points. I'm thinking because we have a rich deposit here of berries, we could obviously invest into that because we know how crazy that can get if you have enough people harvesting. Yes, come on, indeed. Potentially sheep as well is something we could do just for some trade, but yeah, the main thing we're after over here will be the manor as well for that extra retinue. And in the Black Forest, well, just something quickly I wanted to point out. We had a field over here, I think it was this one. In the last episode, they started planting it a little bit too early, and I was sort of worried. Let me come out of this sort of cinematic view. There we are. It's actually doing fine. There's no problem. So you can technically plant your fields a little bit earlier. Noble Rambler said that as long as they're less than 15% by harvest time, they should be fine and they will just continue to grow into the following year. He also threw the gauntlet down a little bit about having 30 fields. I mean, I don't really know how big his fields are. I'm a little bit behind on his episodes, but yeah, he's had about 30 or 30 plus fields to do in one season. And I don't know, I feel like it's a bit of a challenge, so we're going to start clearing some of this forest to see what fertility we have under there and what we can grow. And to be fair, as you can see, the Black Forest is quite poor at the moment, and that's because we ran out of wheat or flour, and we also ran out of ale, and they were the two things that were making the money over here. So yes, something we need to think about. And finally, in Mamusio, where it all started, only thing that I want to do is to add some more burgage plots and upgrade the current ones here, just to get some more apples sort of in place. Just looking what we're on here, total goods stored, apples 307, so that's definitely sort of working for us. We are getting there. I'm not too sure what we're doing with the sheep. I mean, it's a shame you can't actually slaughter them. I guess that's coming at some point, but yeah, nothing we can really do right now. Okay, so first and foremost, in the Black Forest, I have reassigned some of our farmers back into the Weaver's Workshop, the Malt House. We have a Malt House over here. I've assigned some into the logging camp as well, and I've set their area for this sort of patch. So if we kind of look, so Emma, I mean, the whole region is Emma, so that's not a problem. But just being mindful of the flax and the barley. Now, the deeper green is here. We can still make use of this, so I may well do that. Do you know what? This is so much easier to see in the winter. We have a nice patch over there for barley. And usually where there's barley, there is flax. So yeah, this is much, much easier. Oh my goodness, look at that. I may even get some fields down now. Let me have a quick look. Yep, so we got barley here as well. Oh, hello. Deer. Why are there deer here? I'm guessing you don't get wandering deer just anywhere. You'd assume they're... Ooh. Now that is interesting. And we only have one family in here. We could afford to put another one in. Are they hunting over there? Heights. Where are you? Well, it looks like you're walking backwards. What about Ott? You're also... Interesting, that is. I'm not sure if they're hunting over here or not. I guess we'll see in time. It's a little bit weird, that one. But anyway, I'm definitely going to drop some fields in here. So what did we have? We had barley. There's plenty of barley here. I wish, I've said this before, I wish we could keep this menu up when we switch to roads. But thankfully, it's just around those trees. So if I draw a road, in fact, we're going to follow this sort of contour line here. We'll just hook up to there. We may miss it slightly, but I think if we roughly go around this area, we're about right. he says. Famous last words. But let's see how that looks. Yeah, that's not too bad. So I know they need to be fields. Flax. Okay, so that's slightly overlaps, but that's fine. That little sort of line there will work nicely. We have a quite... Oh, this is going to be fun. Let's see how close I can get this road. I know it's something like this. If I get this remotely right, this will be pretty impressive. Let's see. Memory like a fish, me. Right. Oh, not rye, flax. That, to be fair, is not too bad. We have that there. We also have some barley, so that's quite... let's see if we can do this one as well. Come on. Are we there? But, yep, I'll take that. I'm quite happy. And flax. So this one's right up to the border, isn't it? And just around these trees, so... We'll do that quickly. And how's that one looking? Perfect. So at least we've got those fields. I say fields, it's roads, but they will be fields in place. I will put some more burgage plots over here. We might do that now. In fact, how are we doing for food? May need to consider that before I go too nuts with things. Now, all these are currently vegetables. We have the big vegetable one here and this new one that we put in, which is currently upgrading. It might make a little bit of sense if... This is going to be almost a farming-centric episode, so I apologize if that's not that exciting. But I say that something else may crop up along the way. We'll just drop these around here. I'm going to put some... Oh, come on. Oh, I wanted to fit in that, and it's not going to let me. That'll do. But we're going to take some of this space here. You're a trader of animals, livestock. We'll keep you. How are we doing? We may need some more ox. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Let's drop in a hitching post. We've already got a stable there. Do you know what? We'll put one next door. Just to give us a little bit of breathing room there. I'm going to leave that be, and I'm going to quickly head over to Mamusio and get some more orchards in. So when we zoom out and actually look at Mamusio, we take up a fair amount of space, but still, there's lots and lots of space. And obviously, you don't see the mountains, I say mountains, the hills very well in that view, but I think if we run a road just around here, connect up to there, we've got a little bit of space we can use here, and this is a King's Road. Let's have a look-see. Road. What did that actually remove? Nothing. Apparently. That is a little bit bizarre. But I think if we run a road along the back here, cut to that. Some of these could be some smaller burgage plots. But I'm thinking this sort of area where we're kind of at the side here of where the animals are, or where they should be. Whether they are actually there or not, your guess is as good as mine, because they tend to wander. And it's not very useful for us when we don't know where they are, but hopefully that bug will get fixed quickly enough. We need houses, don't we? How are we doing for food over here? 10 months? Yeah, fuel's doing quite well. That was one of my earlier issues, but fuel is not a problem anymore. Let's see. Can we get a point up here somewhere? Perfect. There we are. Now let's see what we can... Can this be one? Oh my god. It can be. Do you reckon the families would be able to... Do you know what? I need to try this. I'm really curious. So there's 2 houses, obviously at level 3, that's, what, 6 families? That'd be interesting to see how that goes, because that is a ridiculous size plot. And I think we'll try something similar in here as well. If it will allow me. I do love listening to the sort of the jabberings of the local people. I feel like I'm hearing things I don't usually hear. Like just every so often they'll say something I've not heard before, but I know nothing else has been added. I think it's just me not paying attention maybe. Okay, so over in the Iron Vale, we've got to look at the manor here. So taxes, I think 10% is what we usually go for. So we'll do that, which will probably take away some of this lovely happiness that we have. I mean, they've got plenty of money over here as well, so they're quite a wealthy region. We could build the wall. I don't really think we need to, but what we could do with doing is we should have a retinue for here now. Yep, so we now have 3 retinue, but only 5 in here. So we want to add a few more. So it costs 50 and we've got loads, so we can just absolutely spam that button. Now we have another option here. I could. Treasury costs 999. Hello? Why is that so expensive? Pay the full price. I didn't think it was that expensive. Is this gone up in price? I don't know, as like the economy kind of grows, does this go? I'm sure it was cheaper than that before. That doesn't seem right to me. But then buying it locally is half that price. So really, making my own plate is quite... How's that going to work? So just thinking, if it costs 499 of the treasury, which is... Let me come out of this menu. Which is my money here, but that money's then going to go into the town and we're going to tax it back slowly. But they're going to have some ridiculous wealth over here, if that's the case. We'll see how that goes. I've not done it before. What do we need to achieve that? So we need 3 more level 3 burgage plots. So these are all level 3 now. Yes, they are. You're a level 2. What are you? You're not particularly doing anything for us, are you? So we'll upgrade you. This may or may not become the plate one once we get there. Noble did point out that I'm never going to have enough iron to kind of achieve everything I want here. But this is why I've been really sort of selective over the lands that I want to pinch from the Baron. Because if we get the right ones, there we go, upgrade those. I've got the game paused, haven't I? Yeah, so in the last episode we looked at these 2 areas here and they both have rich iron deposits. So potentially... There's nowhere else that does. Yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's stone. So we would have the rich iron deposits on the map, which should hopefully cover what I need to do. And I think the other question I was asking was, so these level 3, why have they not got enough weapons and armor? And the sort of response was like, potentially the issue is that once they become artisans, they're no longer militia, which I guess makes sense. But the question then would be, see, nobody in this level 2 has any weapons or armor and doesn't need it. But the question would be... Oh, no, there we go. Well, that answers that question straight away then. Well, it's an artisan, but they have the equipment. But I wonder if that's because I've upgraded afterwards. So these ones here are only growing vegetables. There we are. Yeah, so level 3 don't appear to be militia. They have it probably like from previous... Because we have plenty. What do they need? Male armor. We have 205 spare and it auto assigns. So interesting. You don't want everybody level 3. You don't want everyone level 1. You don't want everyone level 2 either. So it's that fine balance between everything that you need. But those 3 upgrades, when they happen, should give us the last development point we need for master armor making. So it'll be interesting to see how that works in relation to retinue and just how much it will cost us. Just having a little bit of a think about the wealth over in the Black Forest. I'm just tempted now because I'm pretty sure all regions, with the exception of the old jam jar, that Gambesons, everyone has enough, and we're not currently trading externally. So, well, wait a minute, I've got to be careful at trading until desired surplus is reached. The worry about this when trading externally will be is if that number drops below 40, we're potentially going to buy them externally. So we probably just want to put that one on export. I think that makes sense. They've got the armor here. What else can we trade from over here? We have bread, but again, we want 100 minimum. Yeah, that's currently on export, so that will still trade between our various areas. And the other thing that we're making is linen, I believe, not that we have any. So yeah, I get why they're a little bit poor over here, because they're not really trading that much. They will be trading ale locally, but again, they need 50 themselves before it will start to trade out. So it'll be interesting watching their wealth over time and just see what actually happens. So another thing we need to keep an eye on is the number of the retinue that have obviously glitched out and won't go into this building. Just see if that number actually reduces. So currently we have 15, so we do need to buy a few more. That will actually go inside, but it'd be interesting to see if this number does start to reduce. I mean, we are in January, so it's still winter and they're clearly cold. So I'm not going to buy any additional armor until I know exactly what's happening here, because I don't want to spend all that money for nothing really. So if what do we need? We need a few more troops, so we can do that. It's reasonably cheap. Perfect. So we have full troops pretty much, apart from the Mamusio here. The retinue there are also a couple short. Nope, no, don't rally. Oh no, that's weird. 24. Wait a minute. What's happened there? That's interesting. 20 of 24. Oh, there we go. Oh, must have clicked the wrong thing. There we are. How much is this costing? Yeah, it's still 1,000. Right, so we are pretty much 24, 36. Yeah, we're not in a bad place, really. And in fact, the Iron Veil now has all... was it one of these? Yeah, this one, the archers. They're fully equipped now. And it looks like they have their armor as well, which is really, really good. So the question is... So how many normal troops do we have? I counted last time, but I've forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2, 4, 5. Okay, so what happens if I do create new units? Will it allow me? Because I thought the maximum was 6. So if I say... archers. How many archers do we have? 3. I quite like archers, and because we have a lot of retinue, do I get another archer? I mean, I don't want my retinue being a cannon fodder. That is something. We have 2 spear militia and polearm. I don't know what the difference is between these two. I don't... Like, from a kind of a fighting standpoint. Oh, what's that? Looks like a crossbow. I don't feel like I've seen that before. And that looks like arrows. Is there some new stuff? Have we had a bit of an update that I'm not aware of? I mean, maybe these were here all the time. I'm guessing that's some kind of supplies, but I've never really noticed. That being said, I don't click on this very often. Do I get more archers? Because they're quite devastating, aren't they? Do you know what? I'm going to risk it and see what happens, if it'll allow me. No. Okay. It's all that talking, but absolutely nothing. And somebody over here is not very happy about something. Where is that down thumb? What are you unhappy about? But it doesn't actually tell me. Oh, there we go. Food. Okay. Do we not have enough markets? Possible. Why are you not letting me click? There we are. Okay. Yeah, we're a little bit low, so we do need... Do we have anyone in the large granary over here? We do, so... I'll put a couple of people in there. We do need some more burgage plots over here. Definitely, which I think we were going to put here. We'll probably do in a second. We have... Market over here. Is that actually full? Free store location 7. Okay, so we have a little bit more space there. Okay, let's think about getting some houses in along this forest line. Okay, I've put quite a few burgage plots in here. I think they're all double plots, and I'm pretty sure it's just Emma. Yeah, so we have quite a bit of Emma, so we're going to need probably another farm or 2 over here as well. I will, once these are built, put some here. I think we were short on timber. Yeah, we have 7, so they're busy working away. There is 3 people in here, and as you can see, the sort of wooded area is definitely disappearing slowly but surely. We have plenty of firewood. Yep. What is the forester's hut doing? Just put 2 in there, and we'll probably just sort of... I mean, I'm going to be... I might have to relocate these guys somewhere over here, because I'm probably going to turn most of this into farmland. So with that thought, I think what we'll do is we'll tell them to plant somewhere in... I mean, this is yellow, so we're probably not going to use that. Barley, yeah. So we could get them to start planting sort of over here. It's a little bit of a walk. We could move them later on, and we probably will, but for the time being, that's not too bad. Okay, so in Mamusio, this humongous plot, which has a road going right through the middle of it, not surprising. If we put this to vegetables, it was vegetables, wasn't it? Oh no, it was orchards. Ooh, in fact though, how much... Vegetables. In fact, we got more apples than we have vegetables, but it was orchards, so let's do that. I'm really intrigued to see how much of that actually becomes orchard. And the same here. And while we're at it, we'll expand the living space, because we're going to need to do that, as well as upgrade this. It's probably going to become a level 3. Oh, okay, so there is half of the trees. You don't see the other half just yet, but this is going to be absolutely monstrous. If they manage to plant the whole lot again, they've done about half here. Yeah, I can't wait to see this in full bloom. I think it's going to be absolutely beautiful. Okay, just having a quick look over in the old jam jar. So currently fuel is the issue, but not really a problem because we have our woodcutters lodge. The only thing we need to do is limit their work area. It's more about avoiding where the animals are, so we can bring this out quite big. We'll chuck that there. That should sort that problem. Logging camp, we still have someone. We also have a saw pit we can put someone in, which has now left us with no spare people. Which is one problem. Storehouse, we've definitely got someone. Firewood stall, yep, that's good. I may just take the person or the family from the hunters just so we can get a few more burgage plots in. And I want to leave this space free because we're going to need to put all the berry gathering buildings in there. So I think if we actually, let's join this road up here. I'm not going to go mad over here because it seems slightly pointless. We kind of need it for the retinue only. Shall I just go the whole way here? I think I will. Now, we're clearly not going to build that many houses. Let's see what we have in the way of double plots. Are they all double? They are. I think we'll go with that. Perfect. That'll keep that one family busy, but let's see if we can get them to focus solely on some of them. What's the very, very high first? There we go. Because as soon as they're built, I don't want to kind of flitter in between too many different ones. I could pause them, I suppose, but we don't need to do that just yet. And then with the development point, I am going to go for forestry management. I think this one's to do with wild animals. Okay, yeah, so we can't do much more with that. How are we doing for food? Yeah, we've got plenty of food. Okay. And in order to do the manor, yeah, we can't do it because we're not classed as a small village and we don't have the materials anyway. And we also need a church. That's something I didn't think about. Let me, while I just consider that. Okay, so we have most stuff we need for that. Maybe. Can we get it somewhere in here? Not enough goods. Okay, that's fair enough. I think we could probably, because we can move that hitching post, which I'm kind of tempted to do now. We could just put it, because I'm not building much over here, we could just drop it in there. And then we can remove some of these roads and get the church in here. I think that will work quite nicely. I was just sat here watching the chaos around this windmill. People standing here waiting, and then other people grabbing the bags of flour. And I'm looking, we're literally maxed out. And what kind of idiot would think that this one windmill would be able to deal with everything? Well, I guess that would be me. So we need another windmill. Where is the windmill located? Because I didn't have to actually build this one. It was already here. I just thought it'd been under farming. So what have we got here? Pastures. Windmill. So we want 100% efficiency. That's one important thing. I think we're going to build some houses here. I want trees here if I remember rightly. What space do we have? 77%. What about here? Now we are going to actually put in trees there, so maybe not the best of places. What about over here? 83. I thought it'd been quite high because of where it is. 92. That's not too bad. Oh. What can we get? Literally, when I place it on a field where it can't go, it's like, oh yeah, that's fantastic efficiency. But if we can get somewhere late 90s, I'd probably be fairly happy. Do you know what? I think we'll go here. I can't remember if we're going to put any trees here or not, but it doesn't feel like a bad place. And we do have a baker's here somewhere. I'm pretty sure we do. We probably don't, but I'm pretty sure we do. I could be completely wrong, but at least we have that in now. That's good. A lot of these houses are coming through. I just want to go and check over in the Iron Vale to see how we're getting on with the level 3 burgage plots. It looks like we're almost there. A few more planks here, a little bit of, I think they call it mud or clay or whatever is in these walls on the outside. And I think we'll be done. Which then means we should get that development point and we can make plate armor, which I'm really interested to see how that works. So do I speed the game up or do I just enjoy the serenity that is this game I love how wide this road is. And I didn't actually make it that way, but when you look at these houses, I'd like a bit more variety, I suppose, but because these are double plots, you kind of have this sort of zigzaggy pattern. But I'm guessing over time, because these are clearly the same model, we've even got the same ladder on the outside, but a little bit more variety would be nice. I mean, that one doesn't have the ladder, but it does kind of look the same, which is unfortunate. And I'm guessing it's going to be higher levels of burgage plots as time goes by. And there it is. Iron Vale gets that lovely point that we can use development, and we're going to put that into master armor making. Does that make it our 6 point? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It doesn't. Oh, so we still got another point we can use. Interesting. Well, we now have that, which means I think we said, what on earth is this building doing? Huh. Is it because I've not expanded the living space? It's really bizarre how that one's been built. Okay. We'll go with it. I'm guessing, yes, it will be an armorer's workshop. There we go. We'll chuck that on very high. Interesting. How are we getting on over here? Can we see what we've got? We have an iron slab. And in here, we have some iron slabs as well. The bloomery. It's got some charcoal and iron slabs. Got absolutely nothing in that one. We got plenty of charcoal over here. It's the iron ore slowly but surely trickling down. That's a new month. We're now in February. My goodness, that went quick. Total goods stored. Yes, the iron ore is dwindling a little bit. Now, we do have some spare people I could put in here. Whether that will make much of a difference, I don't know. And we'll put an extra family in that large storehouse because it just makes a little bit of sense. But yeah, I think maybe Noble Rambler was just a tad right when it comes to not having enough iron. What's the... what are you upset about? Oh, food. Okay. Are we in that bad a place for food? Oh my goodness, we're in an awful place for food. Okay. I'll take that back. We have a high... like coverage of food, but not the variety. Basically, that will mean our granary and potentially some of these houses here. Oh no, they are allowed to have a market stall. That's interesting. Let's give another one that opportunity as well, and hopefully it should. There we go. Food stall. Is that 2? 2 more are coming in instantly, so hopefully that helps. Okay, we're now at 89%, and the thumbs down has gone. And that was simple enough to fix. The only issue is the actual different types of food. I mean, we do have more than 3. We are a little bit low on some. Potentially, we could start trading the food elsewhere. I mean, we're going to have an additional point, aren't we? Was it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Yeah. So we have options. We could go for the forestry. We've got the orchardry as well, which I'm quite tempted to go for, to be honest with you. Because we've got plenty of space and there's nothing else I really need to build over here. We can't recruit any more militia. The retinue's in place. So any expansion here now would be kind of pointless unless it's just for food. And in that case, I'd probably want some really big burgage plots. So just in the Black Forest, we can see we still got 11 cold retinue. The pantry here is starting to empty out. I don't know if that's because... Where are we? Barley, we've got 79 left, that's good. Flax, we got a lot of flax. We probably don't need to plant as much flax. How's the Weaver Workshop doing? Well, that's quite useful. Nothing stored inside. That's probably why we have so much flax lingering around. What about food? 262 bread. That's got to mean then we have quite a bit of flour. 345, 91 malt. They've gone through that very quick. 155 ale. Yeah, ale and flour are quite interesting. Like, you need a lot. Maybe I need to not make so much flax in the next season. We do have quite a few flax fields already out. What is that? Oh, crop rotation. Let me turn that off. Yeah, we're probably less flax, more barley. In fact, next season we may avoid flax and just go for barley and wheat, and just because it doesn't decay, does it? So just have as much as possible. I think makes a lot of sense. A lot of these burgage plots here are now complete as well. And one family's moved in here. How are we doing? Yeah, financially not great. But we'll spend what little coin we have. I mean, it's a shame you can't take a loan from the treasury, isn't it? But then you'd have to increase the taxes over here to do that. So yeah. Just thinking of next season as well. I've already split up some of these fields we drew at the very beginning. Not all of them, because we've definitely not got the people to do them all yet. But I've made them fairly small. So let's just see. This is a fairly big one. So this is probably going to be maybe 1 Morgan. Oh, 0.5. That's not too bad. So yeah, we've definitely got plenty of fields that we can do. And I'll probably, as soon as August sort of hits, because is it September that we harvest? Yeah, I might start ploughing the fields and planting some of them and just see where we get. And then if we can, we could always bring it a month earlier. What I don't want to do is get to the point where we harvest a field early, because it's grown enough that the game recognizes that you could just harvest now. You're in the right sort of place. So yeah, gotta be a little bit mindful, but it's also trying to be as efficient as possible and just sort of pushing those boundaries. But yeah, we definitely got enough fields. So I mean, I'm not worried about the lack of food over here, and I'm not worried, in the long run about their financial state, because once they start selling the bread and the ale, I mean, surely, yeah, look, there's 32 bread in there now. So hopefully, if we get to the right point, and I don't think it'll happen, we could potentially trade the ale externally as well. Shoes get critically oversupplied. And not surprising, I've got so many shoes. But no, I don't know if you could do anything else with leather. I don't think you can, which is a little bit of a shame. But just thinking of points over here, have I got 1 point left? What was I using? 1, 2, 3, 4. No, I've got 2. I might go for beekeeping and advanced beekeeping, because it's not something that I've done yet, and it'll, I'm assuming, unlock a different building. I don't know if it does or not. In fact, I think you can see all the buildings, can't you? We've got the dyer's workshop, weaver. Is there one for candles? Unless it just appears. The food cart, firewood, yeah, we don't have those. So see, you can see some stuff that isn't unlocked. What have we got? Apiary. Yeah, I mean, it may be here and I'm just not seeing it, but what's that? Livestock trader. Yes. I don't know. It's just, I want to try and, because obviously as the game advances and he adds more stuff to it, I want to make sure I've at least used everything once and at least got some kind of idea of how it works. Did this other windmill ever get built? No. It's probably too late now anyway. This one, yeah, has managed to cope quite nicely. We have no wheat left. So that therefore means that we don't need the people in here, so we'll take them out. And hopefully these kind of fill up just in time for the next harvest season. I thought I'd just take a quick look over in Mamusio at this orchard, and that is absolutely monstrous. I don't even think we're probably going to need a granary just to deal with this sort of area here alone. But I just don't think. What's the issue here? What have you not got? You've not got all the food stuff. Wait, oh my goodness, I have no words. I wonder how big we could have actually made that. And even this one, it's just absolutely ridiculous. I'm hoping there's no kind of downtime for markets. How are we doing? Yeah, the variety is there of everything, so we're covered. Jesus, that's just mad. And just a quick look over at Yo Jam Jar. All these houses are now in. Do we have what we need to build the church? We're short by... Yeah, that's fine. So what I could do is just double check. Probably put you there. I could put another family in there to get them. It's because, in fact, I probably will. Just because we're using a lot to sort of build this here. But at least this has gone in the right direction. I was just watching what's going on here, and you can see he's got a helmet on his Peter. Was he transporting helmets? How shiny that helmet is. That looks really nice. But then when I look on here, is it the same? Yeah, you don't see the mail part of it, but definitely the top. Now, I hadn't switched it over to plate until just now, so I don't know if they're just grabbing the armor they need. If it appears here, did he just dump it outside the house? I think he did. Oh yeah, there it is, helmets 1. And he has, I'm assuming it's him because he's the only male in the house. Yes. So that'll be for him, and he's an archer, but this is a level 3 building, isn't it? So that's kind of interesting. Interesting that he has gone and done that if we're not using him. It is a little bit bizarre. I don't quite understand fully how that works, but we now have the capability to make these plate armor. Well, I've just been sat here watching, waiting for the first plate armor because I wanted to be like, yes, we have our first plate armor. And I'm thinking, what's taking so long? There's some iron slab in it and I've not seen it yet. What are you carrying? He's probably carrying an iron slab, let's see. Or fuel, maybe. Let's see, where are you going? Transporting an iron slab and walk straight through a wall. Absolutely fantastic. As you can see, we have 3. But we still have no plate armor, and why is that? Well, when I hovered over it, you need 8. My goodness. So this is going to be a very, very slow process, unless I stop the armorer's workshops over here. What is your problem? Lack of ale. Oh dear, not again. we could transport some in. But yeah, anyway, when we actually look, we do have a ridiculous amount of helmets and mail armor. So I could turn these off temporarily just to get some plate armor. And I think I'm inclined to do that just to kind of slow things down a little bit. As for ale, oh look at it, it's so nice. Spring, it's beautiful. Where are we? We're over here. Now surely, oh, we still have 11 retinue, so there you go. They made it through the winter. The crops are doing quite nicely. So let's just quickly check. The malt house here has some malt. And how are we looking? Barley, we still have 42. Yeah, flax we definitely don't need. I won't be planting any more of that. We have 90, well, I was going to say 94, now 93 malt. And 158 ale. So really, I think we told them that we wanted 100 in stock over here. We got 88 to fill the tavern. So if we have a quick look, what did we say? Oh, 50. So hopefully that's been traded out. In fact, it must be, because look, we have a little bit of wealth. So we're starting to get back in place of where we need to be. Oh, look at all these fields. This is going to be fun to harvest. Oh my goodness. That is going to keep me busy. Almost as busy as this family here. Can we upgrade you to a level 3? I think we will, because you've got quite a lot of land to work on there. But anyway, on that joyous note, I'm going to leave this one here. Thank you very much for watching and take care.